Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive on the power of visualization.
Yeah.
Specifically, how it can help us unlock that motivated mindset we all want for personal growth and happiness.
All right.
We've got a really interesting mix of sources for this one.
Yeah, we do.
We've got everything from psychology and self-help classics to business strategy, and even a memoir by ultramarathon runner David Goggins.
It's a fascinating mix.
It really
It
is.
shows how this idea of visualization kind of pops up everywhere.
Yeah, you find it in all these different fields, and that's what we're going to unpack today.
For sure.
So for someone who might be new to this whole idea, how would you explain what visualization actually is?
Well, at its core, visualization is really about creating a vivid mental picture of something that you want to achieve or experience.
Okay.
It's not just seeing it, though.
Right.
It's about engaging all your senses,
Okay.
feeling those emotions, hearing the sounds, really stepping into that desired reality in your mind.
So it's not just daydreaming. It's more like a full-body mental experience.
Exactly. And the key here is that it's not just a fleeting thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's about deliberately and repeatedly engaging with this picture.
Okay.
And there's this concept of taking in the good that Rick Hansen talks about in his book, Hardwiring Happiness.
Okay. Tell me more about that. How does taking in the good connect to visualization?
Well, Hansen basically argues that we can actually change our brains
Okay.
by intentionally focusing on positive experiences.
All right.
He lays out this 4-step process.
Okay.
First, you have a positive experience. It could be anything,
Right.
from achieving a small goal to just enjoying a beautiful sunset.
So it starts with something real, something you've actually experienced.
Exactly. Then you enrich that experience
Okay.
by focusing on the details, savoring it, and really letting it sink in.
Okay.
The third step is absorbing it,
Uh-huh.
holding it in your mind for an extended period of time.
Okay.
Finally, you can choose to link this positive experience to negative material.
Okay.
And this can help shift your overall mindset toward the positive.
So it sounds like a way to train your brain to kind of focus on the positive,
Exactly.
which would be huge for motivation and even happiness, like the title of the book suggests.
Exactly. And this idea of mindset being shaped by our thoughts is a recurring theme in a lot of our sources for this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Books like Thinking Fast and Slow, Mindset, Master Your Mindset all emphasize how our beliefs and expectations directly influence our actions and outcomes.
It's like that classic self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
If you believe you can achieve something, you're more likely to actually behave in ways that lead to that outcome.
Absolutely. And new mindset, new results, and atomic habits take this a step further,
Okay.
suggesting that visualization actually primes the brain for success.
Okay.
It's like you're creating a mental blueprint or a roadmap that guides your actions towards your goals.
So it's not just about feeling good.
Right.
It's about actually setting up the conditions for real-world success.
Yeah, and this connection between mindset and success is something we see in Rebel Talent as well. The book profiles all these individuals who challenge the status quo and achieve these extraordinary results, often by defying conventional wisdom.
So they're visualizing a different reality and then going out and creating it.
Exactly.
I love that.
But how do we ensure that we're visualizing effectively?
Right. What separates effective visualization from just daydreaming?
Well, Atomic Habits and Master Your Mindset highlight the importance of vivid imagery and emotional engagement.
Okay.
You're not just passively observing this mental picture, you're actively stepping into it and experiencing it with all your senses.
So making it as real as possible in your mind.
Exactly. And just
Yeah.
like building any skill consistency is key.
Okay.
The more you practice visualizing, the stronger those neural pathways become, making it easier to maintain that positive and motivated mindset.
So it's about training your mind like working a muscle.
Exactly.
Are there any real-world examples of how this works in practice?
Oh, absolutely. David Goggins, the ultramarathon runner we mentioned earlier, is a fantastic example. In his memoir, Can't Hurt Me, he describes how he used visualization to push through these incredibly grueling physical and mental challenges.
Goggins is such an inspiring example of mental fortitude.
Oh, he is.
His story really underscores the power of mental preparation.
Yeah, he would vividly imagine himself overcoming obstacles, pushing through pain, and ultimately achieving his goals.
Wow.
And this mental strength translated into real-world resilience and helped him accomplish things most people would consider impossible.
It's a powerful reminder that visualization isn't just a feel-good technique.
Right.
It can be a tool for pushing your limits and achieving extraordinary things.
Absolutely. And for those who are looking for some specific visualization techniques, hardwiring happiness has some interesting ones.
Okay.
One that stood out to me was this idea of creating a mental sanctuary,
Okay.
a place you can go to in your mind
Okay.
to revisit those positive experiences and
Yeah.
reinforce those feelings.
Oh, I love that. Like a mental retreat where you can go to recharge and reconnect with those positive emotions.
Exactly.
And it seems like affirmations could play a role in this too,
Right?
like verbally reinforcing those positive feelings and beliefs.
Yeah. Affirmations can be a powerful way to strengthen those neural pathways and make those positive associations even stronger.
Yeah, it's like giving your mind a pep talk, reminding yourself of your strengths and capabilities.
Exactly.
Speaking of strengths and capabilities,
Right.
let's talk about the connection between visualization and goal setting.
Sure.
Is there a link there?
There's a very strong link. In fact, several of our sources like Atomic Habits, Master Your Mindset, and Think by Design emphasize that visualization is an essential part of effective goal setting.
Okay.
It helps you clarify your goals,
Okay.
make them feel more tangible, and create a roadmap for achieving them.
So instead of just having this vague idea,
Right.
you have this clear mental picture of what you're working towards.
Precisely. And as Atomic Habits suggests, visualization can help you break down those big, overwhelming goals into smaller, more manageable steps. It's about seeing the path, not just the destination.
That makes so much sense because it's those small wins along the way that keep you motivated and moving forward.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about visualizing the finish line.
Right.
It's also about visualizing the process,
Yes.
the challenges you might encounter, and how you'll overcome them.
Think by Design talks about the importance of visualizing not just what you want to achieve,
Right.
but also how you'll get there.
Okay.
What actions will you take? What obstacles might you face?
Right.
And how will you adapt and adjust along the way?
It's like creating a mental game plan, anticipating those potential roadblocks and having strategies in place to navigate them.
Exactly.
This all sounds incredibly powerful.
It is.
But are there any downsides or pitfalls that we should be aware of when it comes to visualization?
Sure.
Things that might hinder our progress?
Of course, like any tool or technique, visualization can be misused or misunderstood.
Sure.
One common pitfall is a lack of belief in the process itself. If you're skeptical or you don't fully buy into the power of visualization,
Right.
you might not commit to it fully, and that can impact its effectiveness.
It's like going to the gym half-heartedly.
Exactly.
You won't see the same results as someone who's fully invested and committed to the workout.
Right. Another mistake is focusing too much on the outcome
Okay.
and not enough on the process.
Okay.
Remember, visualization is about envisioning the entire journey, not just the destination.
Right.
It's about enjoying the process of growth and development, not just fixating on the end goal.
And that ties back to breaking down those large goals into smaller steps, celebrating those milestones along the way.
Exactly.
It's those small steps that ultimately lead to the big win.
Absolutely. And sometimes people just give up too easily.
Yep.
They don't see immediate results and they become discouraged.
Right.
But just like building a muscle, consistency and patience are crucial with visualization.
Okay.
It's about trusting the process, even if you don't see those overnight transformations.
It's about the long game,
Yes.
the cumulative effect of consistent effort over time.
Right.
Are there any other pitfalls we should be aware of?
Yeah. Sometimes people aren't specific enough in their visualizations.
Okay.
The clearer and more detailed your mental images are,
Uh-huh.
the more impactful they'll be.
Okay.
Vague visualizations might not provide the necessary guidance and motivation.
So it's about painting a detailed picture, not just a blurry sketch.
Exactly.
What can we do to overcome these challenges?
Sure.
Are there any strategies that can help us stay on track and make the most of visualization?
Absolutely. One strategy that resonated with me comes from Everything is Flecked.
Okay.
The author Mark Manson talks about the importance of empathizing with your feeling brain.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this feeling brain.
Well, Manson argues that our emotions play a huge role in shaping our mindset and behavior.
Okay.
Even if we're not always aware of it,
Uh-huh.
often our resistance to visualization or our self-doubt stems from our feeling brain trying to protect us from potential disappointment or failure.
So it's about understanding and accepting those feelings instead of fighting them.
Exactly.
Okay, how does that help with visualization?
Well, by acknowledging and accepting those feelings,
Uh-huh.
you create space for a more rational and positive mindset.
Okay.
It's about working with your emotions, not against them.
Okay.
For example, if you find yourself feeling anxious or doubtful during visualization,
Right.
simply acknowledge those feelings without judgment.
Right.
Say to yourself, it's okay to feel this way. These feelings are normal.
Right.
This can help diffuse their power and allow you to move forward with a clearer mind.
That's a great approach. It's about self-compassion and understanding. Instead of ignoring those feelings, we acknowledge them,
Right.
which can then allow us to move forward with a clearer mind. Are there any other strategies that can help us make the most of visualization?
Yeah, thinking fast and slow introduces this concept called cognitive ease, which explains how our brains tend to believe things that feel familiar
Great.
or easy to process.
Mhm.
And this can sometimes lead to illusions of truth where we accept information without critically evaluating it.
So we need to be mindful of those mental shortcuts
Yeah.
and question our assumptions.
Exactly. Critical thinking is essential, especially when it comes to personal growth and achieving our goals.
Right.
Don't just blindly accept everything you hear or read,
Yeah.
including what we're discussing here today.
For sure.
Question it, challenge it, and see if it truly resonates with you.
That's such an important reminder now. Are there any real-life examples of people using visualization to achieve success?
Absolutely.
Stories that demonstrate its real-world application.
We see examples of this throughout mindset, new results, and rebel talent.
Okay.
Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, people from all walks of life have used visualization to achieve remarkable things.
It's inspiring to hear how visualization has played a role in their success stories.
Yeah.
Do any particular examples stand out?
One that comes to mind is from Rebel Talent.
Okay.
It tells the story of Chesley Sullenberger,
Okay.
the pilot who safely landed a plane on the Hudson River
Yeah.
in what's known as the Miracle on the Hudson.
Yeah, that's an incredible story of skill and composure under pressure.
It is.
What does visualization have to do with it?
Well, Sullenberger's calm and decisive actions were in part a result of years of training and mental preparation,
Okay.
which likely involved visualization techniques.
Wow.
He had mentally rehearsed for emergencies countless times, which allowed him to react effectively when faced with a real-life crisis.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
It highlights how visualization can equip us to handle even the most unexpected and challenging situations.
Absolutely.
So for someone who is new to visualization, what are some practical tips for integrating it into their daily lives?
Sure.
Where do we even begin?
A great starting point is to choose small, achievable goals
Okay.
and gradually work your way up to more challenging ones.
Okay.
This builds confidence and momentum.
It's like starting with a lightweight at the gym
Exactly.
before moving on to heavier ones.
Right, and don't be afraid to experiment with different visualization techniques.
Okay.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Right.
So it's about finding what resonates with you.
Okay.
Some people prefer guided visualizations, while others prefer creating their own mental images.
It's about personalizing the process
Exactly.
to fit your individual preferences and goals.
Atomic Habits offers a useful strategy called habit stacking, where you link a new habit-like visualization to an existing one.
Okay.
This makes it easier to incorporate visualization into your daily routine.
Okay.
For example, you could visualize your goals for a few minutes after you brush your teeth each morning.
That's a brilliant tip.
Yeah,
It's about leveraging the power of existing habits to create new ones.
exactly. And lastly, remember to be patient with yourself.
Okay.
Visualization, like any skill, takes practice. The more you do it, the more natural and effective it will become.
So it's about consistency, patience, and trusting the process.
Absolutely.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into the power of visualization.
It has.
I'm feeling inspired to start incorporating these techniques into my own life even more intentionally.
Me too.
What's the one takeaway you hope listeners will carry with them from our conversation today?
You know what's fascinating here is that visualization isn't just some mystical concept.
Yeah.
It's a practical tool grounded in science. Our brains are incredibly malleable.
Okay.
And by harnessing the power of visualization,
Right.
we can quite literally rewire them for success and happiness.
It's like we've been given this incredible power to shape our own realities.
Precisely. And the beauty of it is that it's a skill anyone can develop with practice.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a way to boost your motivation, achieve your goals, and live a more fulfilling life, visualization is an incredible place to start.
It's like unlocking a hidden superpower. Thanks for guiding us through this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Until next time, keep those mental images vivid and your aspirations high.
And never underestimate the power of your own mind to create the life you desire.
I love that, recognizing that power within ourselves to create the lives that we want.
Yeah.
And we've seen throughout our conversation that visualization isn't just some abstract concept. It's a practical tool backed by research and real-world examples. It's used by everyone,
Right.
from elite athletes to successful entrepreneurs
Yeah.
to people just looking to improve their everyday lives.
It really cuts across disciplines. I think that's what's so fascinating about it.
It does.
We've got psychology, self-help, business strategy, even a memoir about ultra-marathon running.
Yeah.
And they all kind of converge on this idea
Yeah.
of visualization as a key ingredient for success and happiness.
It's like a universal principle applicable to so many different areas of life.
It is.
And what's even more exciting is that it's a skill
Right.
that can be learned and developed with practice.
Yeah.
It's not something you're born with. It's something you can cultivate.
It's like training a muscle.
Yeah,
The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
exactly. And as we saw with David Goggins,
Yeah.
the power of visualization can really help you push past your perceived limits and achieve things
For sure.
you might have thought were impossible.
His story is so powerful.
It is.
It's a testament to the power of the mind.
Yeah,
A reminder that we're often capable of so much more than we think we are.
absolutely.
And visualization can help us unlock that potential.
Yeah.
It can help us break free from limiting beliefs, create a more positive and empowered mindset.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's the most important message you hope listeners will take away?
I think if we kind of connect this to the bigger picture, the key takeaway is that visualization isn't just about achieving specific goals. It's about cultivating a mindset that fosters motivation, personal growth, and happiness. It's about believing in yourself, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and seeing the world as a place full of possibilities, and that's a vision worth holding on to.
Beautifully said. And remember, listeners, this is just the beginning. We encourage you to explore the sources we've discussed further and to continue experimenting with visualization in your own lives. There's a whole world of possibilities waiting to be unlocked, and the power to create that world lies within each and every one of us.